Shalom, shalom, Israel. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Ba'ashem Rakakodash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. I want to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who will rule the world through the Spirit, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, they can increase in the later end. Bari Shalom. To the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, in and out of congregations, teaching His word and believing His word to the best of their ability. Lord willing, the Most High increase them in the knowledge and the understanding. Shalom to the wives and the single sisters that's believers of His word. Lord willing, the Most High increase you in the knowledge and understanding. Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. The title of this video is going to be called America is Bitterly Sweet. Right? I was just going to say America is bittersweet, but let's just say bitterly sweet, right? So as a definition for bitter, Salaki, is someone who is angry and unhappy because they cannot forget bad things that happened in the past. But we're just going to stick with someone who is angry and unhappy. And there's many other definitions we can go to. But this was sponsored by this word.
Strong's H4751. Mad.
Right? And it means bitter, bitterness, right, of water or food. And the point that I cleave to the most out of this bitter is this. This is what I'm sticking with, right? And this is what this lesson, Lord willing, through the power and the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, Lord willing, can be edifying. Of harlots and of wickedness. And we are on whoever's in, America. And if anybody wants to actually understand, the world is under the authority of Esau. And he is the one that orchestrates America, Israel, and Europe, right? But we want to understand that America is that harlot. And eventually, this place is going to fall, have a great fall. Not like Humpty Dumpty, where he had a great fall and he got back up, right? You see the other translation, Strong's for it, is bitterness, bitterly, chafe, angry, discontented, heavy, bitter thing, right? But we want to stick with of harlots end of wickedness, right? And the first thing, this is a sidebar. I want to bring him out, but might as well. Revelations chapter 17, verse 1. So like y'all. And it reads, and there came one of the seven angels which had seven veils, and talked with me, saying unto me, come hither. I will show unto you the judgment of the great whore. Hey, what is an harlot? A prostitute, a whore, that sitteth upon many waters. This waters is talking about nations, people, right? So this harlot is America in Revelations, the 17th chapter, right? Verse 2. With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So who is the kings? The elite, right, have committed fornication, right? Those are the kings of this whore, right? Great All the nations are drunk. That's why we see a great fallout when you look at I don't know. I'm probably spelling the whole thing wrong. Yeah, this is it right here. Right? So all the nations is walking away from this place. Right? And we know I believe it's Mark. It's probably Mark 3. It's probably in Mark 3. Let me look over here. Right? Because this kingdom is divided against itself. Right? And it's falling. Yeah, and it can't get up, right? This place is falling. Let me make sure. Yeah, this is Mark chapter 3, starting at verse 24. It says, if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, the house cannot stand. Right? And this kingdom, this house, is being divided. Right? Especially with Esau, but America itself. Right? And the nations are drunk. BRIC. They have Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I think Korea is with them too. Right? And this is becoming popular. Nations is trading off of their currency. Right? And this is a huge event in the world. A very huge event. In America, of course, they're coming up with a master plan, which we all who, is teaching and seeing it, we want this new world order to actually come into full effect, which would be this mark of this digital currency, right? This charagma. And the elect, they're not of this world, right? So the new world order is not made for the elect. The new world order is made for the ones that want to be of this world, right? So going back into the scripts, I'm about to bring out 2 Maccabees chapter 6, verse 7. And it says, and in the day of the king's birth, every month they were brought by bitter constraint. When you read this, I believe in the GNT, it says brute force, right? So Antiochus, right? He had brought us with brute force, right? Bitter constraint to eat of the sacrifices. And when the feast of Bacchus was kept, the Jews were compelled to go in procession to Bacchus carrying ivy, right? And this is dealing with the Greek captivity. Now, when we play into America, right? They bitterly forced us to change our name, right? They bitterly forced us to accept that Sodom shit. That goes in with another verse that I'm going to bring in later, Isaiah 5:20, where they make evil good and good bad, right? It's okay for a man to bring out his masculinity. I'm probably saying it all wrong, but I like the way it sounds, masculinity. But the Lord not dealing with an effeminate man, right? This is a place of do what the hell you want, be whatever you want. If I say I'm not a man, I want to be a rock, America's going to say, yay, another rock. They're going to be excited, right? Cheering on your downfall. But when you look in the Greek captivity, we were forced, right? We were forced, right? And even more, that's just that spirit on Esau, right? Let me get this one in Habakkuk chapter 1, verse 6 and 7. This is what it reads. It says, "For lo, I raise up the Chaldeans," which is the Babylonians, really would be Europeans. I mean, not Europeans. So, I mean, right now, in today's time, yes, Europeans. Those would be Esau, right? Past tense, it would be Ethiopians. It says that bitter and hasty nation, which shall march through and breadth of the land, to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. They are terrible and dreadful. Their judgment and their dignity shall proceed of themselves. It's a video I watched. It would be hard for me. Let me see if I can do it while I got y'all on pause. Came across this video of the head of Israel, right? Israeli, whatever they want to call it. He said, America, you are us and we are you. Right? And when you look at this one, it says to possess the dwelling places that are not theirs. Right? And this is what the Chaldeans do. This is what Esau do. Let's see if I can find it. So many dang things that I play on this YouTube. Let me see if I'm close. Am I close? Salakia, there's a lot of videos. And I'm trying to make sure I get the right one. Is it? No, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it at? That would be this would be a good point for y'all to be able to see what I'm actually talking about. You know, I'm going to type it right here because that's going to take too long. Let me see if this is the video. If this is the video, right. If we were not in Israel. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I should have saved that video. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this video, but that's what the man was saying, man. He said, America, you are us, and we are you, right? It is just Esau over there, you know? The rulers of America is not even living in America. They might have a resort, a little spot that they got, but they live on the outskirts of this place, right? Watching the success, and they watching the downfall of their own kingdom, right? But they go into a place, to possess it and dwell in a place that's not theirs. They did this. This is history, right? Pillaging all lands. Esau's supposed to be in Edom, Basra. That's their land. They took over these other places, right? Conquering and devouring, right? Showing you as a precept in line, 2 Kings, chapter 24, verse 2, right? You just write that down if you need be, right? Now, I am going to read. I seen this when I was getting into it. It was just certain points in this, not this one. It's certain points that I wanted y'all to see from verse 1 all the way to verse 7. And I'm going to read this in the NLT, right? This is what it reads. It says, "This is the message that the prophet Habakkuk received in a vision. How long, O Yahweh, must I call for help? But you do not listen. Violence is everywhere. I cry, but you do not come to save. Must I forever see these evil deeds?" Yo, that's another thing. Through the Spirit, there's a lot of men that's probably in their heart like, Lord, how much long must I cry and prophesy to your people? And they're not even listening. They're not even changing their ways. And you're not even coming. Some people get bored. Some people get tired. Some people feel like, Yahweh Shemashai is taking too long. Right? And that's not the case. It's just prophecies have to unfold, and they were marked for a specific time. A chapter ends when it ends. There are certain events. We read the first 3 chapters, you might not see nobody getting stabbed or killed. Then you get to the 5th chapter, and now you're seeing a whole bunch of bodies die. We have to wait for that point to come in, right? Verse 3, it says, Must I forever see these evil deeds? Why must I watch all this misery? Right? This is a question. Why must you? Because we have to go through our portion. We have to go through our lot. We have to go through the situation that the Lord put in front of us, right? But he eventually is going to put something in front of us to show us a way to escape. And the only way to escape is this ministry, is this truth. Coming back to the Lord, because the Lord wants the elect to come back. He wants Israel to come back to him, right? Let's praise his name in this place. Let's come back to saying Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Let's come back saying we are Israelite. Let's come back trying to do the Shabbat. Let's come back, right? It says, wherever I look, I see destruction and violence. I am surrounded by people who love to argue and fight, which you can go on Facebook. You can see it every day. The law has become paralyzed, and there is no justice in the courts. The wicked far outnumber the righteous, so that justice has become perverted. Yes, it's more wicked than righteous. How say so? It's always going to be a few, because scripture says it's going to be a few, right? The Lord has a few sheep, right? It balances it out, because even if it's 100,000 wicked, right, and it's only 10,000 righteous, those 10,000 righteous is still outweighing the wicked, because if the wicked was so mighty and they had 100,000 of them, they can't overcome a man that's fearing and all about Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, right? So that justice has become perverted. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai replied, "Look around at the nations. Look and be amazed. For I am doing something in your own day, something you wouldn't believe, even if someone told you about it. I am raising up the Babylonians, a cruel and violent people. They will march across the world and conquer other lands. They are notorious for their cruelty and do whatever they like." This is a fact. And this is what America is all about. This is why this place is called Mystery Babylon. Babylon the Great. America is beyond worshiping and greater than all the other kings, all the other empires, right? Every time, the last Mohigo is the last Mohigo. Even when brothers look at episodes they watching, usually the last season should be the best one, right? The beginning is the starter, then you got the middle and the end. Anytime you have a end of a series, it's like or basketball, football, you like, yo man, this man went 16, he went 17-0. 14-0. Then by the time we get to the championship, you lose that. It's like, But yeah, they notorious for their cruelty and do whatever they like. They butt broke a diesel ass brother. They telling, hey, you two brothers, we gonna need y'all to fight. And one One better not be able to get up. Then put a husband and a wife against each other and then throw a knife in there. You know? And Esau looked at it as entertainment. And that's where we through history, that's all we wanted. We felt more comfort when we were entertaining. That's why a lot of us put our emotions and our feelings in music, right? You know, Jake is the salt of the earth. You know, anything we touch, we make flourish, becomes a trend, right? Look at Jake now. If you ain't wearing this, you ain't nothing. Scripture wise, we had set in stone, don't have mixed fabric, and we was still killing it. So you can imagine who we was back then, because I can see who we are now. And even though we not ordering ourselves right? This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 49 to 52. I'm reading this in the NLT because I want the last thing that I read in Habakkuk to line up so smooth in Deuteronomy, right? So Deuteronomy 28, verse 49 to 52 in the New Living Translation, it says, Yahweh Shemar Shai will bring a distant nation against you from the end of the earth, and it will swamp down on you like a vulture. And that is crazy, because I think late last night, 2 o'clock in the morning, I was watching this video of an animal or somebody, or I guess a person, shot a deer, left it there, but he was recording the whole thing. And you seen first you seen 5, but then it's like at least it had to be like 10 vultures fly down on the ground. And within less than 5 minutes, the deer was gone. Less than 5 minutes. I wasn't even watching that video it was probably 8 minutes, but less than 5 minutes, that deer was freaking gone. So he's saying this distant nation, right, is going to swap down on you like vultures. And how those vultures in that video devoured that damn deer, I could imagine how Esau devoured us in past history all the way to this present moment. It is a nation whose language you do not understand, a fierce and heartless nation. Now, we're in this Hanukkah festival, feast, right? And we wasn't speaking Greek, right? But they was forcing their language, their custom, their culture on all nations, right? So I can go into this too. You got Romans speaking Latin, the Spanish flow. Then eventually we start hearing that English, right? Language you do not understand, verse 50, a fierce and heartless nation that shows no respect for the old and no pity for the young. And I was just telling the OGs that work with me, and he's like, man, my back. He's like, man, they don't even give a damn. And I just started saying, I said, this is why you could tell the scriptures about us. What you mean? And I said, look, when we get on break, I'm going to just give you a scripture. Similar scripture, he like, dang. And they really will work that omen. And if he a good worker, yes, he going to get little benefits, leeway, but they going to work him. The young man, oh yeah, he ain't going to have no knees hurting. Back is going to be good. We going to ask him overtime. Hey, you think you can come in here? Can you do this? Look, man, they got me coming in. Like, they'll even take me for granted. And the best thing they can say is, good job. Nigga, give me another $1. Because when you think your forefathers, they was saying good job and they wasn't getting nothing. Jake probably was drinking water all the time. And Master's like, yo, you did such a good job. I'm going to give you sugar water today. And that slave was happier than a mother sucker. Right? Drinking water all this damn time. Right? Esau is heartless. Have no respect for our elders and the young. Its armies will devour your livestock and crops, and you will be destroyed. They will leave you no grain, new wine, olive oil, calves and lambs, and you will starve to death. It's so funny. They taking the wine. Now look at us now. You in America. I'm drinking wine, each day for this high holy day, and we don't have wine. That'd be dope if somebody can hit me up with a black owned wine. Like, is it any black family that's making their own wine? Esau has his hand in everything. Deuteronomy 28 and 30. I think is it 37? No, it's not 37. That's astonishment. 48, right? You're going to have to serve them in hunger, thirst, and in nakedness. 52, it says they will attack your cities until all fortified walls in your land, the walls you trusted to protect you, are knocked down. They will attack all the towns in the land Yahweh Shemashah, your power, has given you. Right? And guess what? I could tell you who really broke down your walls. Yes, the Greek was doing that too, but they defiled your temple. But when we go deeper in history, you'll see that Vespasian, right, in Titus, which is the son of Vespasian, they destroyed the temple, right? Right here, if you look, it says August 30th, 70 AD, Roman general Titus, who later became emperor, ended the siege of Jerusalem, a key event in the First Jewish-Roman War. The Second Temple was destroyed in the siege, right? Because Babylon was the first nation to destroy the temple. So in the time of Cyrus, who the Lord anointed, he allowed, Ezra, Nehemiah, and other Jews to go back to, to Israel to rebuild the temple. Let alone when we look at the Maccabees, we had to recapture and cleanse and rededicate the temple after the defilement of the Greeks and what they did to the temple. So the Second Temple was destroyed in the siege, a devastating loss to the Jewish people. And they're just putting the Jewish word, but before all of this, J's wasn't invented to the 1500s, right? So it would have been either Jew, right? The event's anniversary, Tasha B'Av, remains a day of mourning. Titus would become emperor 9 years later, succeeding his father, Emperor Vespasian, in 79 AD. Right? Psalms 137, verse 6 to 8, it says, "If I do not remember thee, let my tongue cleave to the roof of my mouth. If I prefer not Jerusalem above my chief joy." Psalms 137, verse 7, "Remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof. O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed, happy shall he be that rewardeth thee as thou hast served us." Right? America has a reward coming. So when the more you see America fall, the more you should be smiling, because your reward is coming, Israel. It says, "Happy shall he be that taketh and dasheth thy little ones against the stones." You reap what you sow, right? In the world, we would say karma is a bitch. But when we deal with actual truth and facts, it's really you reap what you sow, right? Let's go to Jeremiah chapter 39, verse 5 to 9. In the KJV, it says, "But the Chaldeans' army pursued after them and overtook Zedekiah in the plains of Jericho. And when they had taken him, they brought him up to Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, to Riblah in the land of Hamath, where he gave judgment upon him. Then the king of Babylon slew the son of Zedekiah in Riblah before his eyes. Also the king of Babylon slew all the nobles of Judah. Moreover, he put out Hezekiah's eyes and bound him with chains to carry him to Babylon." Right? Look how cruel the Nebuchadnezzar was. Right? He gouged them out. When we look in future references with Esau, Esau was getting busy. Esau was really getting busy, right? And we can just go on YouTube. I mean, Facebook, and you could go on YouTube, but not Facebook. So like we can go on Google and get some history pictures. And man, when I tell you, right? But for time's sake, we're just going to continue. Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter, right? And what is that? What is that evil that's considered good, right? Same sex, right? It's multiple things, just like with the Greek pushing that pork, right? How our brothers and sisters is out here teaching that shabba dabba ding dong and still promoting eating unclean things, right? Making evil good by allowing a grown ass woman like Sexy Red to be half fucking naked and she pregnant. Let alone any of our sisters shouldn't even be having. If you got a freaking man, you should be covering up. Even if you single, you should be covering up. This whole place is a whole bunch of evil bullshit. And it's just filled with darkness. America only has the light because of the truth. But if you are not following Yahweh Shema Shai in this truth, I'm sorry, you are not in the light. Regardless if you accept it or not, nobody cares. It's only for the elect, right? I'm about to go to this verse. This is Job chapter 10, verse 21 to 22. It's different verses, but I was thinking of this as being America, but it's really going into Job frames his plea to Yahweh, right? So Job is basically compelling himself or basically making a plea to the Most High, right? So when I seen this verse, I'm like, dang, out of darkness, America, then you start thinking without Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, let's get it. Job chapter 10, verse 21 to 22 in the GNT, it says, I am going soon and will never come back, going to a land that is dark and gloomy, a land of darkness, shadow, and confusion. There the light itself is darkness, right? The light over here is darkness. You want to know how? It's because niggas is sleep, right? If the truth is not getting spoken up, this city is in darkness. That's why we have to cry against this place. You got to cry against it. Like the more you teach, the more a building gonna fall. Just like me and my brothers on Bailey and Kennington, and the building burnt down, right? We are in the land of darkness, a place of confusion, right? And I went, I think for lunch, I went to go get a sub from Subway. And it was, I think it looked like a woman making my sub. I believe it. I know I believe it. The one sister, hey, it didn't, she said, the one person was like, yo, you doing a good job. You're doing a good job at work. This says something, right? But it was from a distance, right? Then I got close and I heard the person saying something to the white person with a, man, you don't know how to do this. And I'm like, wait, hold on. And I know me, I'm rude. Like I'm bold. I say something. I even laugh. So instead of me saying something, I just said, you know what? Let me just keep it quiet. Yo, the 123 Sesame Street, Sylvester Stallone, crew, you can't say no wherever you at is a problem. Lawsuit, right? Soon as you say anything, be prepared to get something in the mail. Nope, now you got to go to court. I do not know. But it's like America got so bold. Look at Wayne Brady. He just came out and confessed he's pansexual. He don't have a preference. He love them all. You know what I'm saying? Some Edomite dude just got caught. I think he raped somebody. He was a pedophile. He raped somebody, or he did something. Had his way with a child, with a boy, and they only gave him a year probation. Are you kidding me? Please help me to help you, to help her, help you and help me. Let alone you go into certain airports or certain places, they're unisex bathrooms. I remember when we had co-ed gym, but now they making it co-ed bathrooms, right? For women. Why they don't have co-ed bathrooms like in the men's stall? Like when you look, they'll have it on the sign and say, it'll say women, and at the bottom it might say co-ed, so it might have a man and a woman there. But when you go into the man's bathroom, it just have man. Why are they promoting it to the women's side, right? But not promoting it, no. Yeah, why are they promoting it on the women's side and not that on the man's side? Guess what? It's in other cities where Transform Optimus Prime is raping women in the bathroom. This had, I think, a year ago or 2 years ago, it was in the news where a dude raped a woman in the bathroom, but he was a transgender. This is a beautiful place to be if you want to be wicked. A beautiful place to be if you want to be in the dark. Just play hide and go seek. The best time to play it is in the dark where you can't be seen. Right? Let's just close out with this one right here. Lord willing, this is not long, so it can upload quick on the YouTube. So this is Isaiah 47. I'm starting at 5, and I'm going to read to 12. We're going to read this in the New Century Version, right? It says, and it was just certain words that I liked what it was saying, and it makes it so straight and direct. It says, Babylon, sit in darkness. And this just goes right off of what we just read in Job, right? Babylon, sit in darkness. So Babylon is a place. This is an actual place in the map, right? Babylon, sit in darkness. Say nothing. It's like talking to your kids, right? You will no longer be called the Queen of Kingdoms. I was angry with my people, so I rejected those who belonged to me. I gave them to you, but you showed them no mercy. You even made the old people work very hard. You said, I will live forever as a queen. Hey, and this is through the Spirit, it's saying a queen. And right, and what does America consider itself? A queen? What does New York? A queen? But when we'll really put Quean, and that queen would be whore. And what did we go into first? Harlot's Inn, right? And that's what it is, a whore, a harlot's inn. It says, but you did not think about these things or consider what will happen. Now listen, your lover of pleasure, you think you are safe. You tell yourself, I am the only important person. I will never be a widow or lose my children. Two things will happen to you suddenly in a single day. You will lose your children and your husband. These things will truly happen to you in spite of all your magic, in spite of all your powerful tricks. You do evil things, but you feel safe and say, no one see what I do. Your wisdom and knowledge have fooled you. You say to yourself, I am God, and no one is equal to me, right? And it's the same that the Assyrian has said in Kings, right? Your God ain't going to do nothing. I'm not worried. Everybody, don't worry about Hezekiah's God, right? And what the Lord do? Send the angel down and kill 185,000 of that Assyrian king's men. Verse 11, this is how Esau think too, right? He's going to make war and cause all this thing against the Lord's elect. When Yahushua come, then they going to stop and they're going to try to make war with Yahushua, and they're going to be bamboozled. They're going to do you. It's like what they say, you bring a sword to a gunfight, you going to bring your weapons to a spiritual fight. This is going to be an upside down cake for you, buddy, old pal Skipperoo. It says, but troubles will come to you, and you will know how to stop them. Disaster will fall on you, and you will not be able to keep it away. You will be destroyed quickly. You will not even see it coming. See? And anybody that sleep, right? That's why we said Romans 13:11, for now is your time, right? Wake up out of sleep. And if you study sleeping, you will not catch it. Just like in the time of Noah, in the time of Lot. So the same time when Yahweh Shai come is gonna be like both of those two events. Y'all niggas gonna party and making your way downtown. Then you making your way downtown. Then Yahweh Shai come. Now you about to get plazed. Pew 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 pew. And that's how it's gonna be. Verse 12, it says, keep on using your tricks and doing all your magic that you have used since you were young, right? When America first started, when it was a young queen, a young harlot, it said, maybe they will help you. Maybe you'll be able to scare someone, right? In America, what you going to scare somebody with your nukes? Oh, all praises. You ain't doing nothing but promoting your downfall. Lord willing, this is edifying to the hopeful elect, whoever they may be. Call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai by Shema Kakwadash, your brother Dagabar. Shalom.